he brings the people in. He tries to involve the hunters, as we call them, you know. Tries to involve them in all the things, which makes them feel a part of the whole thing, you know. So he's very good at that, very good at that.
Did you hear me, dear friend? Healing us again. That is very sad. Make me feel so bad. You can fly away in the skyway. You're more lucky. These people that come in there, they could be 40, 50, 60. They know what dancing is. And suddenly they're getting music that they can dance to and listen to. It's not screaming pop music.
For Harry, being a showman has always been a full-time vocation.
In the morning it takes Harry a long time to get ready.
Oh goodness, you wouldn't believe this. It takes me roughly about 4 to 4.5 hours. I feel it's necessary for me to look the part as a musician, as an entrepreneur, as a band leader, and so forth. I like to wear clothes where people will look at me. When I go out in the street, a lot of people know me. And if I look dowdy and sort of, etc., I say, oh God, look, is that how it goes?
His vast wardrobe contains 200 shirts, 150 suits, and over 30 hats. Always the extrovert, Harry's flair for publicity also led him to set up his own entertainment agency in the 50s. If you wanted to break into showbiz, you called Harry. And acts like Jimmy Logan, Andy Cameron, Johnny Beattie and Billy Connolly all passed through his books.
Paul, my engineer, is actually taking this for us. So let's hope everything goes well. This is merely an experiment and we...
His innovative ways of promoting the agency became legendary.
Thank you.
I was sitting at the bottom of Renfield Street in my car, and I looked across and there was a Volvo sitting and it had a White House telephone in the dashboard. And suddenly the guy who was driving it lifted it up and spoke into it.
He'd wind down his window and he'd hold out the phone to whoever drew up beside him and go, "Excuse me, it's for you."
The red phone in my car.
The only other person that would have a phone in the car would be the president or somebody at that time, you know.
It didn't go anywhere, it wasn't connected, but it looked as though it was a direct line to the Kremlin.
And as he drove away, it was HM45, that was his registration, and I knew who it was then. And I mean, a White House telephone, how eccentric is that? On your dashboard. There wasn't even car phones in those days.
So I just thought I'd say hello to you, wish you goodbye and tell you I'll see you very shortly. Okay, darling? Goodbye.
Well, I've always thought of Harry as a kind of amiable hustler.
He was, to me, the archetypal agent, always wanted to be one ahead. Harry could convince you, if he was booking you for a backcourt concert, that you were going to the Palladium.
Harry was always on the lookout for new ways to advertise.
Well, my idea of advertising was the more people who see the adverts, the more people are going to give me work. At that time, the buses and the trams were really the main form of transport. So I suddenly thought the buses and trams go through every area in Glasgow. Wouldn't it be a good idea if I could get my name right across it? When I look at this, I say, did I do this? Did I do this myself? I certainly did.
People knew about Harry. And of course, eventually his name went into the litany of slang in Glasgow.
When they saw Harry coming, they used to say, "Harry Margolis, get the polis."
Send for the polis. Harry Margolis.
It's quite an unusual way to be remembered.
But not all his ventures were successful.
Oh, don't remind me. You're talking about my pub festival. I was very adventurous, sometimes very foolish. I must admit that. I didn't know much about organising festivals. I was going to be the first one in Scotland.
But things took a turn for the worse when headliners Led Zeppelin and Chuck Berry pulled out, leaving Harry £45,000 in debt. Harry and his wife had a difficult decision to make.
I said, look, Pearl, it's like this. we've got to find another £20,000 and do the concert or cancel it. And the only way we can get that money is for me to sell my house. It's this one. She says, no. No, you're not going to sell a house.
So Harry put it down to experience, paid off his debts and went back to the day job, fronting the band and running his agency.
Oh, man!
And it's still going strong. His secretary, Mary, has helped him run the business for the last 8 years.
It's only me, Harry. When I joined you, you said it was a job for life, and I said, whose life, yours or mine?
42 years ago.
We drive each other mad. We argue like mad. Harry hates to be wrong or proved wrong, and I would argue black's white until, if I think I'm right, until I'm proved wrong.
We have a stormy relationship. You see, the problem with Mary is that she's always right and I'm always right.
A lot of back chat. We insult each other right, left and centre.
Never afraid to move with the times, today he advertises on the internet, and his agency provides everything from bands and comedians to casinos and strippers.
If anyone wants any particular thing, we'll give it to them.
He really, if ever, has to say no.
Entertainment Direct?
He would never turn a job down, and when he does take a job, his main interest is making sure that the job goes well. Professional to his fingertips, he really is.
Actually, we can do anything in the entertainment business that you might be interested in looking for.
His daughters told me that he thrives in stress. Well, perhaps that's why he looks so well, because, yes, there's lots of stress. Harry is
whatever you wish.
Is a very determined man
All types of bands.
with a tremendous desire to succeed. I mean, the word impossible is not in Harry's dictionary.
Midnight, beneath the starry sky. Nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, tell me how.
But the big band remains Harry's true passion, and they're always in demand, often playing up to 3 gigs a week at functions all over Scotland.
Some of them look as if they couldn't lift the instrument they're about to play, but I mean, no, I'm only having a go about that.
You see some of them coming on, and to some extent Harry himself. There's a transformation takes place, the sort of shuffle in the door.
They manage to lift their wee instruments and they manage, and then when they get going they forget that they're on 95.
The best analogy, I think, if you wanted a label to hang on Harry and his band, would be the West of Scotland's answer to the Buena Vista Social Club. Firstly, the ages of the musicians, including Harry, but secondly, like Buena Vista Social Club, the musicians and Harry are playing for the love of it.
I like playing the music we play because it makes demands on all the players. You know, it doesn't matter how many times you play it. You know, and also people enjoy it, and that the end product is people enjoying it.